DVD update! Yeah, that's right. DVD update time. Yeah. Oh yeah, happy Halloween. Yeah, so we're halfway through the skit, guys. I got a skit for you guys coming, and it's going well, man. It's going really well. So, hopefully it can come out tonight, maybe even tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, so let's get right into this because it's DVD update. I was going to show you some of my horror movies, but then I realized I did a complete horror collection video, so I kind of messed up. But yeah. So sorry if I itch my nose a bit. I've got a bit of hay fever, so I'm just going to get it out of the way. I know it's gross. I'm sorry, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And that's scratch his nose. Alright, first movie we got here is a really dumb film. And it gets dumber. Dumb and Dumber 2. Get it? Because it's number 2. They're dumb, so it's funny. Yeah. So I like this movie. It's a bit dumb, of course. You can see it. You know it's going to be dumb when you see the title. It's by no means better than the first one. I like this movie because, you got Jeff Daniels who can go from stuff like The Martian into stuff like this, and then we got Jim Carrey who can go from stuff like The Number 23. All right, let's just not talk about it. But yeah, it's still fun. Look, I was engaged. What they did with the entire ending was kind of shit because I didn't like what they were going for. But I still had fun. There was some cool stuff that made me laugh. There's a whole thing, where they go on a house, they're riding on a bike to the house, and what they're doing while they're riding the bike is completely weird. But they get off the bike and they're talking about memories at the house, and Jim Carrey goes, "Oh my God, what about that memory where we were riding on the bike about 5 minutes ago?" It was kind of funny, kind of dumb, but what do you expect? You can't expect any intelligent humor from this film, so I enjoyed it. Then we go on to a movie that I really did enjoy. I really did enjoy this one. I watched it about a year ago, and I thought, oh yeah, it's good. But then when you watch a movie and you think it's good, but then you think about it for a few months, and a few months later you're thinking that was kind of crap. But then I watched it again about a week ago, and I had fun. I love this movie. This is so good. Goosebumps. Sent shivers down my spine. That's what I always think of when I hear Goosebumps, because you get it, Goosebumps, shivers down my spine. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a cool movie. I love Slappy. Slappy is the funniest doll on earth. He's even funnier than Chucky. Please don't kill me. Okay. Yeah, but he is pretty funny. I love Slappy. And we got Jack Black, who's in an awesome role. And I think Jack Black actually does voice Slappy, so he does a really good job in this one. I don't know, I just really like this movie. There's some really cool elements, and it's a very unpredictable movie. That's one thing. It's very unpredictable. You plan it all out, and you go, okay, that's how this movie's going to go down. But lots of different shit happens in this movie, stuff that you will never expect. So yeah, unpredictable film, and I love movies like that. They just go a completely different way than you thought it was going to go. But yeah, the monsters are pretty good. They look amazing, even though they're completely CGI. They still look kind of cool. You have to have CGI. Come on, man. You kind of have. Well, not necessarily, but you kind of do these days. But yeah, Goosebumps, cool. Then we go on to a film that I actually found really cool. This is a really good movie. The Equalizer. It's directed by Antoine Fuqua, the director of Training Day, and stars Denzel Washington. And this is a really fun film. It's a really fun film about this guy. He is a normal guy. He's a really mature guy. He's a really nice guy. And you can tell, if you tell him a secret, he'll keep it for you. He won't tell anyone. You can trust this guy. But then when you mess with him, he'll mess back. He'll mess you up. He'll get right back at you. And he gets involved with like a prostitute and this really mean Russian guy. But yeah, so there's way more. I guess there is way more to it, but it is still a fun movie. I love this movie. It's an action thriller. It's based on a TV series, and after I saw this film, I did a bit of research on the actual series. It is completely different to what the TV series was. I could tell they were going for a completely different film, for a completely different thing. They were going a completely different path. And that's good. I like how they just started fresh and pretended that Equalizer show never happened. But yeah, we have the villain who's really good. He's kind of menacing when he's on screen. Like there's a part where he strangles a girl, and I was just like on the edge of my seat. We got Chloe Grace Moretz, who I realised after I watched it a couple weeks ago, she actually is not in it that much. Like first time I saw it, I knew like she wasn't in it that much, of course. Then I waited about a year, and like I hadn't seen it for a while, and I thought about it, and I was like, oh yeah, Chloe Grace Moretz, in the movie, as a supporting character, she's good in it. Watched it a couple years ago. She's in it for about 15 to 20 minutes. She's in it for about 10 minutes at the start, and then like we go with Denzel on pretty much follow Denzel for the rest of the movie, and then she appears briefly at the end. But it's still a fun film. It doesn't like mess with your head. You're just sitting there having fun watching Denzel kill some people. The Equalizer. Maybe he can help me with my maths class. The Equalizer. Then we go on to a film that I found was boring in a way. Like I didn't find this movie that fun. Like people were saying, oh yeah, it's gonna win Best Picture, and it took place. They filmed it for 12 years, and it's going to be amazing. And then when it came out, I knew people were going to start going, oh, it's disappointing, because that's what happens with movies these days, especially with dramas like this. But no, people began to love this movie, and I watched it, because I was curious. Not in the theaters. I waited. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Not in theaters. I waited for it on DVD, and I've got to say, I was highly disappointed with Boyhood. This is a boring film that I thought. It does have some cool. It does have some cool elements to it, I guess. It shows some realistic stuff about growing up. But that's about it. We got some good performances. When this kid grows up, he becomes a really bad actor. I don't know what happened. I don't know. This kid actually is not a good actor when he gets older. But when he's young, he's actually good. But when he gets older, I thought he was a bit dull. And the whole movie is kind of dull. I love Ethan Hawke. I love that alcoholic, abusive father that we see for 10 minutes. That was pretty edge of your seat, But Richard Linklater, look, he's done some good stuff, and he did direct well in this movie. But for the most part, it was kind of bland. I feel like no one would care about this movie if they just filmed it like a regular movie. No one would really care if they just did film it like a regular movie in the course of a year or whatever. Got some different actors. I feel like you wouldn't really care, not too much anyway. But still, it was alright. Then we go on to Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, which I thought was a bit overrated. It was a good action movie, a really good action movie, but I just found it a bit overrated. I had fun, there's no doubt about that, and it's just a cool movie. But there's some stuff, I love the opening scene, but that was a great scene. But the rest is kind of dull at times. We have this who's this Aboriginal guy. He's in this movie, whatever his name is. I didn't like him. I also didn't. Alec Baldwin was alright. Jeremy. Oh, look, Pip, the guy. It's hard to explain. The movie is awesome, but it's not. But I think that what I'm trying to say here is is that it's a great action film, but not the best film, you know? But yeah, we have Tom Cruise doing something like nearly impossible again, of course. Last time, Ghost Protocol, he climbed the tallest building in the world, and now we have him. How do you explain it? He's like holding onto a plane while it's flying. He's on the outside of it. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool movie. I don't want to get myself confused. I don't want to get you confused because I probably already kind of have. I've probably already got you a bit confused. So, Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. It's alright. Then we go on to a really good movie that I found amazing. Like people have been comparing Girl on the Train to this movie. And I like Girl on the Train better. I think Girl on the Train is a way better movie. I love Girl on the Train. But this movie's still great. That's Gone Girl. Yeah, you're gonna hate me for saying what I just said about Girl on the Train. But it's still a really good movie. I love how shady this movie is. Like there are some like Ben Affleck's the shady guy in this film, and you're trying to figure out if he did murder his wife or if she staged it. I'm not going to spoil it. Like Rosamund Pike basically goes missing in this movie, and her husband played by Ben Affleck is with the police searching for her, but the police start to think that he actually did murder his wife, and we're trying to find out the answers while the cops are trying to find out the answers. It does get a bit complicated, and it is a bit long. It goes for about 2 hours and 25 minutes. But it is still cool. I like this movie. Really good. The directing is great. David Fincher knows how to make a captivating film. Visually, it's amazing. Some shit goes down in this movie. It's unsettling. Some unsettling stuff does go down. Something happens to Neil Patrick Harris that I won't spoil. That actually was pretty fun to watch. I know it's really bad that I say that, but it was still kind of fun knowing it's a movie. But yeah, so it's a really good movie that I had a good time with. Really captivating, unsettling, and mysterious, and just intriguing overall. So yeah, Gone Girl. Let's have a look at let's recap. Dumb and Dumber 2. Sorry. I actually was meant to say that, how I said, I was going, oh yeah, get it? Because it's funny, too. You know how I said that at the start, how I pointed that out? I was actually meant to point that out now while I was recapping. So I was going to say it. And then I was like, I don't know why, sorry. I completely forgot that I was meant to say it now, not at the start. Anyway, then we have Goosebumps. Sent shivers down my spine. Then we have The Equalizer. Then we had Boyhood. Wait, is this movie a sequel to Boys in the Hood starring Ice Cube? Nope, completely different film, guys, don't worry. I got excited there for a second. Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. That's actually how I thought the word was pronounced when I was like a few years ago, until I watched the movie Rogue with the big crocodile and all that, and that's when I realized, oh shit, I've been saying it wrong my entire life. It's actually Rogue. It's actually Rogue. Sorry, got it wrong this entire time. Stupid me. No, I'm just kidding. It's Rogue for you haters. Then we go on to Gone Girl. Captivating and complicated. What's next? Missing boy? No. That wasn't even funny. Like, man. Come on, man. So thank you for watching this video, everyone. Like I said, my Halloween special is coming up. Nothing too big, guys. It's only like a 5-minute skit. But I reckon you'll find it cool. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Happy Halloween and bye. Bye.